Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week's test gun is the Daystate Pulsar Synthetic. But first up, I'm faced with some tricky conditions as I try to make a mixed bag in the woods. We've got a chance of making a mixed bag in the woods today. The squirrels are still targeting the acorns, but more interestingly, the keeper says that wood pigeons have been hitting a game cover crop quite hard, and they're also starting to take an interest in the pheasant feeders. Problem is, the cover crop's too tall for me to put decoys out there, so what I'm going to do is set out a hide in the woods, covering the woodland edge so I can hopefully pick off those woodies as they settle into the taller trees to scan around before they drop into that cover crop. Apart from helping the landowner with pest control, pigeon shooting can also result in some delicious meat for the pot. So this could be a very fruitful session if it goes to plan. This spot should enable me to cover the trees I'm expecting the wood pigeons to pitch into before they drop down to raid the cover crop. Apart from offering a good vantage point, there's also a really wide tree trunk, which will make a great backdrop for my simple net hide. The hide poles go in to create a support for the camo net. There's quite a bright sky today, but I'm confident that my net hide, combined with the backdrop of that tree trunk, will be enough to keep me hidden from incoming birds. I try to always keep a camo net in my backpack. It's light to carry and means I can throw up a hide whenever I need one. If you build a net hide on an exposed site, you'll often need to dress it with vegetation to help it blend in. But the aim today is to get into position quickly and without making too much noise. I finish off the hide by using sticks to peg it in position. It's quite calm down where we are now, but the wind is really pushing through the treetops, and I don't want the hide flapping around in the breeze if it changes direction. I've not put myself out to build a particularly elaborate hide today because my main aim was just to get settled down quickly. Now we've picked quite a busy, noisy day in the woods. There's a chainsaw going quite close to us, they're harvesting out in the fields, and we're quite close to a railway. It could be a mixed blessing. On the one hand, that noise is going to help to mask some of the sounds that we're making, but I am concerned that it could spook those pigeons. Another thing that could spook those birds is the sight of my face peering up from the undergrowth. So it's on with the camo head net, just to make sure. Patience is the buzzword when it comes to air rifle hunting. All I can do now is wait it out. We've been dug in for quite a while now, and we've really not seen the numbers of pigeons that I would have hoped for. One or two have gone by, nothing's looked like settling, and I am concerned that all the racket around earlier on has spooked them. However, it's gone a little bit quieter now, so we'll give it a while longer. The decision to stay put pays off, and, at long last, a pigeon swoops in within striking distance. It's been a long wait, and I really don't want to mess this chance up. Really happy with that shot. Firstly, it was quite a long one, but secondly, although it looks quite calm down here, right down in the base of the woods, that tree out on the outer edge was really getting battered by the wind then. Now, the bird was bobbing around quite a lot, so I didn't go for the usual headshot. I actually took it with a heart and lung shot, which isn't something I'd usually try with a legal limit airgun, but the bird was perfectly presented and it's dropped like a stone. We'll give it a bit longer, see if we can get another. But unfortunately, that first pigeon wasn't a sign of things to come. Right, we've given this area a lot of time now, but we've really not seen many birds moving. Quite frankly, I think we were lucky to get that one given the disturbance that's been going on around us. What I'm going to do is pack up the hide and we're going to move across to a stand of oaks where there could be a few squirrels moving, and hopefully they'll be less spooked by the forestry operations here if the chainsaws start up again. Another handy thing about a lightweight hide that's quick to assemble is that it can also be packed away without too much fuss. In just a couple of minutes, the net is down and bundled away, the poles are taken down, and I'm ready to move on and try somewhere else. One thing I'll not be leaving without is that wood pigeon. These birds are delicious, and their meat is a great reward for time spent on pest control rounds. Although I'd have liked to have had a few more, this one won't be going to waste. It's going into the bag and will end up in the pot. Hopefully along with some squirrel meat if the next stage of the hunt proves successful. Now I'm going to head across to the other side of the woods, where I hope the grey squirrels will be more obliging than the pigeons have been. This area is a favourite spot with the squirrels. There are still a few acorns up in the oaks, so I hope the greedy rodents will be coming out to mop up the last of the autumn crop. I'm keeping things even more simple this time. Squirrels aren't as sharp-eyed as wood pigeons and can be very confident when they're binging on acorns. My preparation at this spot is no more complicated than setting out my beanbag seat so I've got somewhere comfortable to sit and wait. I'm not even going to mess about with the hide here. It's quite a shady part of the woods. There's a reasonable amount of natural cover here. I'm just going to put on the head net and keep still. Distracted by the urge to gather acorns, the squirrels here would probably still venture out if I didn't bother with the head net. But the extra concealment could prove useful if one of those wood pigeons strays over this way. Settled into my new hiding place, it's back to watching and waiting. And I don't have to wait very long before my quarry puts in an appearance. Unfortunately for me, it's a very fidgety appearance. Two squirrels in front of me then, but they were not hanging around to offer me a shot. They did seem to be absolutely oblivious to me though, so all being well they'll be back out again soon. That one absolutely shot across there. I didn't even have a chance to raise the gun. I've got a feeling the keeper could have been out with his shotgun and it's really put the squirrels on edge. I just about managed to stop that one with a squeak, but it was very low on the branch. I couldn't really get a low shot. I thought I'd wait in case it lifted its head up. It didn't, and I've missed the chance. Finally, a squirrel makes the mistake of lingering in full view, and the shot is on. At last. That one hung on for a bit, but it's quite typical with headshot squirrels. They often clench when their pellet hits home, but it's dropped like a stone now. Now that one was unusual in the fact that it was absolutely stock still, especially after we've seen so many squirrels darting around this afternoon. It looked like it had been spooked by something on the opposite side of the tree. Not sure what it was, but it could have been that a buzzard or something went by. Whatever it was, it certainly changed our luck. Unfortunately, we've run out of time now, and it really has been against us this afternoon with all the disturbance in the woods. I said I was aiming for a mixed bag, and I've just about done it, though it's much more modest than I was hoping for. I'm going to grab that squirrel now and call it a day. Some challenging shooting there, but at least we didn't go home empty-handed. Now, it's over to the Airgun Show news.
This is the Airgun Show news, brought to you by the Airgun Centre. More news on the UK Game Fair, which has emerged as the front-runner to replace the CLA Game Fair as the shooting world's must-attend event. Some of the industry's biggest names, such as Beretta, Ruger and Perazzi, have confirmed their support, and the show has secured a media partner and organisational backing too. The man behind the show is Wes Stanton, who owns the Airgun Show, as well as a wide range of shooting magazines such as Airgun Shooter, iShoot and Sporting Rifle. Don't miss the UK Game Fair at Stoneleigh on the 22nd to the 24th of July. Camo is now offering its acclaimed Coyote tactical PCP with half-inch UNF thread on the end of its super accurate cold hammer forged barrel, so you can fit a silencer of your choice or leave the classy muzzle brake in situ. The modified Coyote still costs just £390 and still boasts a 10-shot rotary magazine, onboard pressure gauge, quick fill system, CAT trigger and adjustable cheek piece. Police forces are trying to make airgunners' lives easier. Yes, really. The Metropolitan Police has set up a new panel to improve cooperation and communication between the police and shooters. Representatives from Basque will attend its meetings and let the cops know what shooters' main concerns are. It also means we could hear about legal and policing developments more quickly. There's a new pistol in town. At an exclusive trade show launch, Tony Beelis showed us the latest iteration of the Grand Prix pistol from Brocock.
It has an inch tube and a beautiful English-made Gary Cane stock, which is available in walnut or laminate. It has a German Walther barrel and a 6-shot magazine. It's really full power pistol, up to 6 foot-pounds, and it's good for backdoor target shooting and close range vermin control. This pistol is available in 2 versions, in the laminate, which is £414, and also the walnut, which is £394. And it's the cheaper of the 2 pistols that Brocock does. We also do a Grand Prix Elite version, which has a 30mm tube and it just gives you a few more shots per charge, but that version also incorporates a pressure gauge.
And finally, Sportsmatch has released a medium-height scope for Weaver and Picatinny rails and 30mm tubes. The new TO78 medium model should appeal to shooters who want to mount their scope lower to the barrel. Sportsmatch scope mounts are made in Great Britain from aircraft-grade materials using the latest CNC machining technology, and they're guaranteed for life. That was the Airgun Show news.
Well, it's no surprise that this week's test gun can print groups like that at 25 metres. The Daystate Pulsar is one of the most technologically advanced air guns on the market, and the laminate stock version performed brilliantly when we tested it a few months ago. This week we've got the synthetic model on the test bench, so let's push the target out to 40 metres and see what it can do. Looking through the scope, the .22 caliber test gun seems to have just knocked out a 40 metre group that would easily disappear under a pound coin. And that's with pellets taken straight from the tin. There certainly seems to be no skimping on quality and performance with the Daystate Pulsar Synthetic, which, with a price tag of £1,595, offers a significant saving on the laminate and walnut stock models. This airgun is still far from cheap. So just what do you get for your money? The key difference with this model is the black synthetic stock, which is made from a very tough, high-tech composite. Apart from being less expensive than other models, I reckon it looks even better and really suits the black finish of the metalwork. And that stock is packed with features that make it a remarkably functional handle. The ballistic nylon forend is scalloped for a really comfy hold and also has an accessory rail so you can fit a bipod or sling. The drop-down pistol grip is also made from ballistic nylon. It's moulded to perfectly fit the hand and sets you up just right for the trigger. The stock is ambidextrous, but there's no discernible compromise when it comes to gun fit. And you can tweak fit further with the adjustable recoil pad. Not only can it be adjusted up and down, it also features a very clever mechanism that enables you to curve it in or out to put some cast into the stock before you lock it down to your exact liking. The Pulsar Synthetic weighs in at just under 4 kilos, and thanks to its bullpup styling, measures a very compact 76 centimetres from end to end. With proportions like that, it's a very pointable airgun and handles extremely well in the confines of a hide. The Pulsar scope rail does sit quite high above the barrel, and because of the position of the cheek support, you can't use particularly low scope mounts if you want good eye scope alignment. The resulting gap between the scope tube and the bore could cause problems with accuracy if you cant the gun. However, Daystate have thought about that and fitted the Pulsar with a level to ensure that you always have it absolutely upright. One of the most exciting things about the Pulsar is its electronic management unit. The MCT system is effectively a digital regulator which makes for extremely fast, efficient and consistent performance. All of the electronic wizardry is sealed inside a watertight box, so there's no need to worry about getting caught in a downpour. A stock mounted screen shows air pressure and power setting, and also gives low pressure and low battery warnings, although the onboard battery should be good for thousands of shots before it runs low. The computerized system also enables you to switch the magazine counter on and off, choose between 3 different power settings and decide whether you want the onboard laser sight switched on or off. My favourite thing about Daystate's computerized system is the electronic trigger. It may feel a little strange to the uninitiated, but it's very difficult to go back to a mechanical trigger once you get accustomed to this very slick, very predictable 2-stage adjustable unit. The Pulsar has a very positive crossbar safety catch, and if the laser is switched to on, it'll light up when the safety is pushed across to the fire position, giving a useful visual indicator that the gun's armed and ready to shoot. There's also an additional safety feature in that the Pulsar won't fire if the side lever is in the open position. That slick side lever operates a very smooth and reliable 10-shot magazine. It's a great system to use, delivering fast fire action when you need it. A single shot tray is also available and simply clips in place of the magazine. Quick fill charging makes it very easy to keep the Pulsar topped up with air. The .22 caliber test gun returned 250 shots at just over 11 foot-pounds, and you can expect about 220 in 177. That's a very healthy shot count from such a compact airgun. The Pulsar Synthetic not only makes this remarkable airgun more affordable, it also gives it a great tactical look. It's still far from cheap, but the package does include a seriously tough hard case. More than that, this airgun represents the culmination of Daystate's development of electronic airguns over the last 10 years. The Pulsar boasts performance and features that are way ahead of its time. That's all we've got time for this week, but we'll be back in a fortnight. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, it's time you joined the organisation that works to promote and protect your sport.